Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing, Smart Money Sisters? Thank you for joining me today. Sis, it doesn't matter if you are an entrepreneur, a stay at home mom, or you're working on climbing up that corporate ladder. Your most valuable asset is your time and your money. So let's talk about how you can make the best out of both of them. Hello, everyone. My name is Tisha D. Colston, financial influencer for women, and I show women how to achieve financial freedom so that she can create a life she loves to live. I facilitate growth naturally and spiritually around money. That's right, money. Money. So we tear down strongholds, wrong thinkings around money, give you the tools and the resources that you need so that you can make, manage, and multiply your money. You can find me on the web at tishadcolston.com and keep coming back for daily blog content. Also, all of my social media, I am at Tisha D. Colston, so you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Anyway, so this week's announcements, my sisters. Next Monday will be the first Monday of the month. And right now we are engaged in our 90-day Make Money Moves challenge. So we are going to talk about what is going on with you during this challenge. Are you doing it? Is your mind there? I'll be checking in, answering questions. And I gave you guys 2 activations to help you to learn how to include God in your financial future. So I want to know how that's going as well. So now if you can't make it, be sure to inbox me with any questions that you have so we can address those before Monday. And then you can add them in the comment. You can inbox me. And even if you aren't able to do it before then, maybe you're just getting started or whatever, when come in on the replay or come in on that day and ask your questions, so I'll be there to help you. Remember, I do this so that you can have a prosperous financial life, and I believe that with the use of our natural tools and with God's help, we can't help but achieve our financial goals. All right, so let's get into today's topic. So if you're like most women, you're always looking for a way to get more done with less time and with less money. But here's the thing. If we're not careful, we could be making mistakes that'll actually cost you time and money, which we've already said is those are 2 of our most valuable resources here, okay? So I've got just 5 tips to help you make the best out of your time and your money. Tip number 1, focus on one thing. Many people think that multitasking allows them to get more done in less time, but researchers show that the opposite is true. When you take your focus off of one thing and you put it on another, you lose productivity. And that's why the experts say it's much better just to focus on one task and get it done before you move on to the next task. And for some of us, it will take discipline to learn how to do that because we've been kind of all over. But that focus intention is going to help you succeed not only in your time but also in your money. So you can apply that same thought process when it comes to managing your finances. I'm thinking about debt management. How can you apply that to debt management? Well, make your minimum payments, but focus on paying one at a time. If you focus on paying the whole gamut of them, whether you have 2 or 3 or 10, I've had them all, you're never going to seem like you're achieving your goal and your money is all spread out. But if you make your minimum payments and you focus on one, whether you focus on the highest one, I did the opposite. I focused on the lowest so that I could see some achievement in my life. I like to achieve. So I see some achievement Boom, cross that off. It's done. Now I can take the money that I'm paying for that one and then that minimum payment, and then I can apply it to the next one and focus on that one. So you can apply the same focused intent, focus on one thing, to paying your debt down. And before you know it, you'll walk right into financial freedom. How do you eat an elephant, my sisters? One bite at a time. Tip 2, remove distractions. It's easy to think that you'll just, quickly check your Facebook before you begin your workday, right? Or you're just going to take a look at a few YouTube videos on your cell phone. Next thing you know, next thing I know, next thing we know, time has gone by. And usually it's like a whole hour minimum before you realize, wait a minute, I've been on it this long? So, and you've gotten totally distracted from your goals, and then you got nothing done. So don't make this mistake. If you have a tendency to get distracted, then you'll want to take steps to prevent it. So in our example, if checking Facebook is your downfall, then put your laptop, your cell phone in airplane mode. Keep it away from you so that you can't just mindlessly surf the internet when you're supposed to be writing, doing your finances, right? Because this is like more engaging. I show this because this is my cell phone, and it's more engaging than some of the stuff that we must do. So we have a tendency to go to what is on this because it's all bells and whistles, but we need to have focus intent on the things that really matter. And Facebook and YouTube doesn't really matter unless you're listening to me. Or what I mean to say, though, is that you're listening to things that's going to help you to achieve your goals, whether it's financial goals or whether it's personal goals, whether it's just your goals for the day, okay? So applying it to money, listen, when you shop, have a plan on how much you're going to buy, what you will buy. Because with a plan in your hand, you're less likely to be distracted by all the other things going on in the store. It doesn't matter whether it's food or whether it's clothes, right? If you go into the store with the intention of, I'm getting a pair of jeans today, then you're less likely to focus on all the other things. Oh, that's a cute dress. No, you're less likely to focus on that. You might see that, but you put that in the plan for the next time because you have a focused intentions. Tip 3, planning is everything. So there are 2 mistakes that can be made here. So first mistake, failing to plan, right? If you don't plan your days, then you're going to find yourself going whichever way the wind blows. And that's highly unproductive. Ask me how I know. So make sure you do your to-do lists. Listen, get you a journal, get you a planner, write down your to-do list. Don't have money for that? Don't want to do all that? Get you some pieces of paper. Let me tell you something that I have done is how, I recycle. I learned this from a job of mine. And most jobs, you just throw the piece of paper out. But I was at this little mom and pop company, right? And so what they would do is, and some of you probably do this, is you recycle all the paper. So that would be the notes that the representatives would use to take their notes on, okay? And you can do that as well. We'll write your to-do lists. I got some paper around here somewhere where I cut up the papers that I use on the printer that I don't need anymore, and I use the back of that, okay? We're talking about saving money. And so put your to-do lists on that every day because you're going to toss them out, right? Some people toss them out. I don't. I like to draw lines and colors and things like that to cross things off. But anyway, the whole point is be sure to have a to-do list in front of you at the beginning of every day. As a matter of fact, well, how you do it is up to you. I like to make my to-do list at night because I'm carrying over the things in the morning. And in the morning, I'm refreshing the list and then I'm getting on to it. So it is with our money. If we don't plan how we spend it, then we're more likely to spend it on what we want and not enough on what our priorities are. Okay. And then the second thing that is like our, mistake that we make is planning too much. Can you plan too much for your time? Can you plan too much for your finances? I think so, but that's just me. If you're trying to squeeze something into every single minute, then you're going to end up all stressed out. You're going to end up overwhelmed because life just doesn't work like that. And that isn't very productive. So, and I'm like that with spending plans. I have to have a little bit more fluidity in my plan that allows me to spend my discretionary money any way that I want. Some people like to categorize it. Okay, this is what's for hair, this is what's for nails. I don't want to do all that. If I don't want to get my nails done, which Corona, I ain't went to got my nails done. So I miss getting my nails done and my toes. But But, I want to spend the discretionary funds the way I want to spend them. Tip number 4, make use of your best hours. Most people have about 2 to 3 hours a day that are their prime hours. And that's the time of the day when you're like focused, when you're energetic, and when you're creative. I don't know what your time is for me. For you, for me, it's like early morning hours. The problem is that we can tend to just waste away this time by doing little tasks, like even at work, like answering emails. Okay, this time of day, it's different for everyone, and it's up to you to determine what your peak time of productivity is, and then schedule your most important or your most difficult tasks during that time. Okay, when is it best to do your financial planning? You need to do your financial planning during those most productive times. Schedule a time during your productive times and days. This way you're most likely to get it done as opposed to pushing it away. I don't feel like that right now. Because financial planning and, making plans and all that, it's like, things you have to deal with. Maybe you don't want to deal with that right now. Things like that. So you have to pick the times where it's most productive for you to get it done. All right. Tip number 5, which is what they all lead me to the next one. So this is tip number 5. It's eat the frog. You heard me, eat the frog. There's a book called Eat the Frog. I think it was Eat the Frog First or something like that. And the point of the whole little book, do I have it? I might have it in here. But the whole point of the little book, it's a little book, is that you get more done in a day. Or that if you want to get more done in a day, then get your most difficult tasks done first. And those difficult tasks are called the frog. So it says eat the frog, right? Because you want to eat up your most difficult tasks first. And these are the things that maybe require a lot more concentration, things you don't really want to do. And so you'll have more of a shot at finishing them if you do those first. And then you can schedule the rest of your day with easier tasks. Maybe during those times when you are less productive, as we talked about before, but now you have easier tasks to help you to, and you'll be more apt to get those done. Okay, same with your finances. What you don't like to do, you don't want to call up that credit company. You don't want to pay that bill. You don't want to make those financial plans. Do those things first. First in your paycheck, do those things. You don't want like to pay, listen, let's not go there. I'm going to go there a little bit with tithes. You don't like to pay to bring your tithes? Do it first. Not just because a preacher told you to. I am the preacher and I am telling you. But not because of that, but because when you do that first, right, it's the same thing. The rest of your money planning, you're not putting that to the end, and things are a lot more focused. So I'm not going into the spiritual side, just the practical side. Do it first and the rest will be easy peasy. So let's just recap. Tip number 1, focus on one thing. Tip number 2, remove distractions. Tip number 3, planning is all that and everything. Tip number 4, make the best use of your ours. And tip number 5, my sisters, eat the frog. If you found this information valuable, then I want you to share it out with your sisters. Invite them to come join our Smart Money Sisters group. That's bit.ly/Smart Money Sisters group. We'll take you right into Facebook, and you can just click the join button, because we are giving out valuable information to help you have a financial, prosperous life. So that's it for today, guys. Until we meet again inside the Smart Money Sisters, the Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. That's it for now. God bless.